Update, I still hate daylight savings time.
Ugh, not this again.
But we here, back-to-back videos, baby. Let's get it. I'm sure you heard the breaking news by now. OG Anunoby is supposed to make his return as early as tonight's game against Philadelphia. Now, it's not confirmed yet if he's going to be back tonight at the time of me making this video, but he could be back as soon as tonight's game. But the good news is that means OG Anunoby is ready to play basketball for the New York Knicks at any second. Slowly but surely, the Knicks are getting healthier. Also, Julius Randle updating us on his own IG page with his rehab. It goes a little bit of basketball, a little bit of tennis, but Julius is ready to come back. So good news for the New York Knicks here, but it also gets a little tricky with tonight's game because the Sixers won't be as easy as they were on Sunday, even though we lost. Let's get into all of that, ladies and gentlemen. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? Your boy CK2K, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video. We back on the grind. 2 videos in a row, baby. And we got some good news, man. The New York Knicks, who have been battling injuries for almost 2 full months, a little bit more than that if you're including Mitchell Robinson's injury. We all heard from Shams yesterday that OG Anunoby is set to return as soon as tonight against our rematch against the Philadelphia 76ers. Back in Madison Square Garden. It's not confirmed yet if he will be back tonight, but there is a possibility that he will return tonight in this showdown against our rival in our division, which is great news because OG Anunoby has been out since January 27th, and since then the Knicks have been an ugly 8-10 without OG, obviously without Randle and Mitch as well. But OG Anunoby, who was a key piece for this team after we gave away a good majority of our team to bring him, when you're missing a guy like him, Randle, you're gonna see the results that we've seen. As great as Jalen Brunson has played in that stretch, we've had a hard time. Brunson was in and out of the lineup in that time as well. Isaiah Hartenstein, a lot of injuries have been taking place within the last few weeks for this team, and it's good to see that the team is slowly coming back together because we need OG Anunoby defensively, especially. Right around the time we got OG Anunoby in the trade, the New York Knicks were a top 10 defensive team, and we saw this team take a minor step back in his absence. Mind you, we're still one of the better defensive teams in the league. We still managed to get the Orlando Magic to only score 74 points a few nights ago, and even though they beat us, we still only had Philadelphia score 79 points. So the defense has still been there. What OG Anunoby has brought to this team has been both sides of the ball, because we saw him open up this mid-range attack that he had not done consistently in a Toronto jersey, and he's doing it at a pretty high rate since he's been in the New York Knicks jersey. Now the hope is that OG Anunoby is going to be able to turn it around rather quick, because we're going to need his help sooner rather than later. It would be great to see him come back tonight, especially with the news that on the other side of things, Tyrese Maxey, who missed Sunday's game, will be back after passing the concussion protocol. So we're already playing against a team that beat us on Sunday, but now they're only going to be better as they have their all-star jumping into the rotation. So whatever help we can get from OG Anunoby is definitely going to be helpful. Now the question is, what does the rotation look like now that OG steps in? We have to take 2 things into account. One, it's a Tom Thibodeau rotation. It's not like any other team where it's probably at this point of the season you're running a 9-10 man rotation still, because you're trying to keep your players fresh and still trying to keep them active as we get into the playoff setting. But Tom Thibodeau, as we know, runs an 8-man rotation. We saw him a few times run a 9-man rotation, but for the most part, Tom Thibodeau keeps it really, really tight rotation-wise with the 8-man rotation. So who is going to be out of the running? Now, sensibly, it would be Alec Burks. You would think because of the way Alec Burks has played, and you're getting another wing player, especially a wing defender that can also give you some solid points, because since Alec Burks has been a New York Knick, he's been scoring sub 10 points a game, which we know OG Anunoby, who averages around 14 to 15 a game, can give us on top of the defensive effort. So sensibly, you'd expect it to be Alec Burks, but we got to be real. We're talking about Tom Thibodeau here. As great as Deuce McBride has been, Tom Thibodeau has been in love with Alec Burks since his first stint with the Knicks, and now with him returning, there's a possibility that we could see him still favor Burks over Deuce McBride. If you ask me, it better be Deuce still playing and Alec Burks being the situational one right next to my guy Shake Milton, who's ready to get things going. But we'll see what Tom Thibodeau does. But I think that's the only real change. You just take the minutes away from Burks. Obviously, guys who are playing heavier minutes in the rotation can now give some of those minutes to OG Anunoby, make it a little bit easier for Tom Thibodeau. But again, he likes to keep these things to the book. We'll see what he ends up doing. But what would you do? Who would you take out of the rotation? Who do you think leaves the rotation so OG Anunoby can get back in the swing of things? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Yeah, so the starting lineup is going to go back to what we're used to. Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Isaiah Hartenstein, unless Tibbs really wants to keep Hart in the starting lineup and Precious takes a back seat and goes to the bench. I don't think he should do that, but I wouldn't put it past Tom Thibodeau. But like I said, it's not just OG Anunoby returning. Julius Randle is right around the corner. Hopefully, because we did hear Ian Begley after the game on Sunday talk about Julius Randle's injury timetable is, well, it's unknown. There's no set time for Julius Randle to come back. He said this.
Back on the Randle front, he's trying to work his way back, but there's something that's interesting here. There's a little bit of a concern for him not being cleared yet for contact, because he was ahead of Anunoby in terms of what he was doing in workouts, and he's been at this place now where they're waiting and waiting for him to get cleared for contact, for him to play 5-on-5, and for him to take that next step. And they're just wondering why it's taken a little bit here, some people internally. So just something to keep an eye on as the Knicks go west.
So that is a big key. We heard the news about Mitchell Robinson being cleared for contact in one-on-one situations. I think he's been elevated to 5-on-5. We're also seeing him cut and play well, even if it's at a youth clinic, but we're seeing him move very well, which is really good to see. And then we heard the news about OG Anunoby playing 5-on-5s, and now he's going to be back. But Julius Randle, though he's been cleared, he wasn't necessarily cleared for any kind of contact play, any 5-on-5s. So you heard Ian Begley talk about the little bit of worry on how and where he's at in the rehab process. But then we're seeing Julius Randle himself posting IG posts like this with captions like this. So we don't know necessarily where he's at right now, but what we do know is he's not going to be back just yet. But with OG Anunoby sliding back into the rotation, and with the way Precious Achiuwa has been playing, we should be able to have a little bit more help as we get into this West Coast swing that we're about to have after tonight's game against Philly. But what says you? Are you worried about Julius Randle? Are you worried that they're handling this a little too cautiously? Or do you think that there's more to the injury in Julius Randle's shoulder that's being led on about? A lot of things to think about, but what's more important is at least we're getting a little bit healthier. And that's what I want to see for this team, and you guys should as well. Let me know your thoughts about everything mentioned in this video in the comment section below. I will be live tonight for the play-by-play for the Knicks versus Sixers right here on the channel, so I can't wait to see you guys there. Appreciate your love and support as always. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's get it. I'm getting a little bit better with this daylight savings time stuff. A little bit. I'm tired. I'm still angry. But I'll see you guys tonight. I'm out. Peace.